Bruck sat in his chair, engulfed in the heavy silence after Armavirius's disappearance. The flood of memories made him forget where he was. Instead of the airplane, he saw the house again, the familiar apartment, the smells, the sounds, and Jaycee. In this memory, her face was calm, but her eyes, slightly moist and full of elusive sadness, always betrayed her inner struggle. He remembered how Jaycee had battled her bipolar disorder.
Were there any signs I could have noticed to help her?
Flashed through his mind. Bruck often recalled her sudden mood swings, but she always seemed strong to him. They discussed her condition, even joking about her highs and lows, until he realized how serious her struggle was. But on that tragic day, when her dark thoughts finally overcame her, he noticed nothing. Bruck felt a bitter pain in his chest.
I could have done something,
he whispered, fully aware of the weight of his guilt. Jaycee had left abruptly, leaving a void that could never be filled. The night he learned of her death remained in his memory like scenes steeped in bitterness and despair. Lost in this heavy recollection, Bruck remembered how, in his despair, he had turned to alcohol, trying to drown his grief and guilt, but only sinking deeper into the abyss. That night, blinded by despair and intoxicated by sorrow, he got behind the wheel. Through the haze of alcohol and pain, he recalled the flashes of headlights, the screeching tires on the slick road, and the collision with the unyielding cold metal. Flashes of reality and the sharp silence that ended in black emptiness. Now, sitting in the airplane seat, he fully grasped his guilt, feeling the pain of loss and tragic error tighten around his heart. Bruck sat there, trying to tame the swarm of emotions flooding his soul. It became clear to him that since he was dead too, he might be able to meet Jaycee again. Suddenly, a dark figure appeared before him, Armavirius, materializing once more from the darkness.
Do you want to find her?
Armavirius's voice was deep and commanding, seemingly penetrating right into his consciousness.
Yes.
Bruck replied firmly, feeling determination rise within him.
I can't just stay here and relive my mistakes over and over. I need to find her. I owe it to her.
Armavirius watched him intently, his eyes burning with a cold fire.
Then you need to know something. People who sinned in life or ended their lives by suicide go to hell. Hell is not the place people usually imagine. The true hell for each soul is its personal worst nightmare, the very thing the person feared most in life. Since your beloved took her own life, she, like you who took innocent lives, ended up in hell. Perhaps you can become a guardian,
he said, squinting slightly as if contemplating.
Those who agree to traverse the nightmares of others can gain a chance to free those they have lost. But becoming a guardian is not a gift, Bruck. It is a trial. You will have to confront the darkest fears not only of your own soul, but also of other souls.
Armavirius's words awakened fear in Bruck, but also hope. Realizing that this was his only chance to save Jaycee, he steeled himself.
What do I need to do?
He whispered, feeling a chill run down his spine. Armavirius nodded, a knowing smirk crossing his face.
You must undergo trials, see and feel the pain of those who are tormented here. With each soul you free, you will draw closer to your goal, and perhaps your meeting with Jaycee will become possible. But remember, this is a one-way journey. You will become one who returns to them, to those who suffer, a guardian of their dreams and fears.
Bruck gazed at Armavirius, contemplating what he had heard. He knew this was not just a trial. It was his chance to atone for the mistakes of the past, to free Jaycee, and perhaps ultimately himself. Bruck stood before Armavirius, his heart racing, ready for the unknown. Armavirius, observing him with cold indifference, began to give him instructions.
The path of the guardian is not just a journey, Bruck. It is your personal battle. Every nightmare you encounter is not just fear, but something much greater. You must not only see but also feel the pain, fear, and guilt of those whose shadows you will have to free.
Bruck nodded, trying to maintain his composure, although his entire being was engulfed in anxiety.
And how do I do that?
He asked, feeling that each answer would be more complex than the question. Armavirius handed him a small, dark object, a mirror that appeared to be antique, covered with a network of cracks.
This mirror will guide you to them.
Armavirius explained.
Just look into it, and you will see the world hidden behind the reflections. It will transport you to where you will find those in need of liberation. But be careful, each nightmare can become a trap if you lose your grip on reality.
With a racing heart, Bruck accepted the mirror, his hands trembling slightly. He gazed into the dark surface and felt as though his consciousness began to drift. For a moment, he thought he saw his own eyes, filled with sorrow, but the image quickly dissolved into a shroud of shadows. Armavirius watched him, as if sensing everything that was happening to Bruck.
Remember that each soul you free brings you closer to Jaycee. But every step you take toward her will be paid for with your own fears.
His voice sounded detached, but it carried a hint of strange melancholy.
Do not lose yourself on this path, Bruck. Your mind must remain strong. Otherwise, you will become one of those you were meant to free.
Bruck took a deep breath and made the first step, plunging into the fog of reflections that led him to foreign nightmares.
Stories may end, but the fear remains. Subscribe to uncover more secrets hidden in the darkness. Until we meet again in the world of nightmarish shadows.